Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our lecture this week for Respiratory 2160. This is going to be part of maintaining a ventilator because not only we can't just take it and throw it on a patient, there's a lot more that goes into it than that. We're going to what's called an SST or a system circuit test. I'm going to show you on the Puritan Bennett 840 and then I will show you initial settings on the Puritan Bennett 980. Because that's a new one that's coming out. It's very popular right now, and I think you guys will like it. So let's get our 840. I can show you guys some maintenance with it. So again, we turn around the back, and we, oh hi, going for a ride. Go for a ride. That's what I tell Arden sometimes. Plug in to the red. Sorry guys, you're probably like, I'm car sick. And then down here we have our oxygen and air. They are marked, so oxygen, air. And these are wall connectors that hook up to 50 psi of air and oxygen, so that we can get adequate flow to run our ventilator. So we hook it in, you just push hard. Sorry, I dropped my oxygen. And push hard. To release, you'll either have a button up top, or this one you push down, and it releases from the wall. Now let's get you back to where we're holding still. Alright, so we have our vent. One thing that's specific with the Puritan Bennett, but not other one, is they start when flow is interrupted. So once we turn it on, air starts moving all through this ventilator circuit, which is great, because once we put it on our patient, it will automatically start. But always make sure you unplug it. I know every single one of you will make this mistake because I've made it multiple times. In fact, I made it last month. Unplug the top so that flow is continuous before you turn on your ventilator. Then we're unplugged here. Our circuit's up and clean. Everything's in the right place. And we turn it on. Okay, all those are normal sounds to come from the Puritan Bennett 840. And I'm gonna bring the vent up a little bit so you guys can see the screen a little bit better. Okay. Right here, these settings up here, we will discuss in the next video. Down here, we have same patient. So say you have a patient that went to the OR. Anyway, so same patient. Say you have a patient that you sent to the OR and was coming back in a few hours. You can just press same patient and everything for that patient will be saved. New patient is if you're setting up for the very first time, this patient is freshly intubated or coming from the OR, or a transfer in from a different hospital, so that you can start putting in settings and height for that patient. This bottom one is SST. It's a self-test to help calibrate the circuit and the ventilator. So we can press SST, and then over here it says accept. This is the accept button. So you press SST. Oh, sorry, it's been a minute since I've SST'd one of these. SST, you have just a couple, 5 seconds, and you will press this button on the side here. That says test. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. You guys cannot see that. Over here, it says test. So when it says the test button, this little black one, you have to press it within 5 seconds in order to run an SST. So, and then I'll press, find it, the test button. Next, we will come up to this screen. And we have an adult circuit. You know, we grabbed an adult circuit and it's one of the bigger circuit. And then you can change, so you can change it to pediatric or adult depending on what software is uploaded. Next we have the humidification type, HME, which we have an HME. Or you could do a heater, our heater. Since we are doing a HME, we will choose HME. So you can adjust settings as needed, and then we must match installed equipment, and then we hit accept. So the accept button right here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, if you guys can see, it says flow sensor. There's an internal flow sensor that helps measure the flow and volumes going on with the patient. It is doing that. Down here will be prompts you'll have to follow. This one says connect circuit with inspiratory filter and without humidifier. We've done that, and then you press accept when it's done. So we've connected it with an inspiratory filter right here, and we don't have our humidifier because we set up for an HME. Now we're going to press accept. Block the Y, W-I-E. So I'm going to plug this. We're going to block the Y, and then we're going to press accept. Over here you can see it is the date and the time while it's testing. Takes a minute, I'm sorry guys. Up here you can see it says we are in SST, so we are not ventilating a patient at the moment. Okay. Connect humidifier if applicable. Okay, so we're not connected to humidifier, so we press accept. Over here you can see the result. We have passed. It's going to continue on to circuit pressure test. We passed. Next we're going to check circuit leak. This is all while we're blocked. It will show you whether we're in a pass, alert, or fail. Okay, so disconnect from patient port. We're going to check the expiratory filter. So we disconnect from the patient. So we take it off the expiratory filter and then press accept. And it's testing. Connect to from patient port. So we're coming from the patient. We're testing here again. And then we press accept. Okay, we have passed. We're now checking our circuit resistance. Okay, and now it says to unblock the Y, so we take this off. And now we press accept to move on to the next step. And there's wind, there's flow coming out of here. Okay, we passed. Okay, the last thing, we're checking compliance, calibration, making sure that we are at a stable place for our compliance on our patient. We're going to block the Y again, so plug the port and press accept. Takes a minute, has to think about it. So sometimes you'll hear loud pops. It's checking the resistance and the compliance of the tubing so that we are in a good, neutral, calibrated part for our ventilator. Okay, unblock Y is what this says. And then we press accept. Okay, perfect. So our results here, we can see that we have passed our SST. And down here we'll say SST testing completed. This is the point we know that our ventilator is functioning appropriately and our circuit is appropriately set up and going to work properly for our patient. You can restart your SST here, or you can exit SST mode. Either way. We're going to exit SST. Press accept to confirm. It will restart. Oh. You like how I told you not to block the Y and then I blocked the Y? So over here, you can see the SST, the last time we ran it was the time, the date of now, and that we passed. Okay, we're going to turn that off. Sorry, Ben. And a few troubleshooting things. Check for leaks. Leaks are a really common complication that happens. So this port here is pretty common. This little where condensation comes out of is common. One that I've seen quite a bit is people will try to really shove this expiratory filter on and the top will crack, or there will be a crack somewhere in this expiratory filter and that will cause a leak. So this is typically my first go-to to change if I am not passing an SST and my machine isn't working properly. So treat it with care. Another thing is maybe your circuit's not set up right or something else like that is going on. And that is how to run an SST on the Puritan Bennett. This is, again, part of what will keep our ventilators running appropriately for our patients so that we can give the best care where we can. Okay, thanks guys.